second favourites at 9-2. And Dream Vacation, who finished second, as we now start to look at these pitches, there has been some significant market change since that first one we got. Now 7-5, or around about 6-4 in our language, for Fool's Goal, who's now the favourite, and Plesac firming into a clear second pick. And the one down the bottom, Dream Vacation, actually finished second to Varenne in the Breeders' Crown not so long ago. Form that should hold up okay here, although subsequently 2 runs since, just a little bit below par as we have a look at these runners now.
Yeah, I think we just had a shot of Lyell Creek heading off to the starting area there at Woodbine. Has Tony Butt been over there with him, looking after him, Sam? I mean, they didn't change stables when he went over there, did they?
No, certainly not. Technically they did, because Tim Butt was the trainer over here, but in essence, no real training change. Anthony Butt has been with the horse the whole way along. I spoke to him on the phone this morning. He's found a nice little quiet farm outside of Toronto. He is very happy with the horse's progress. He basically said to me, everything is great with the horse, and this is his chance. This is it's up to him now, kind of thing, was his explanation to me. He didn't seem too fussed by anything, and he was very happy as now equal favourites, number 3 Fool's Goal and Plesac. So that's an interesting market adjustment already. A lot of support for Plesac, who has been touted as the likely leader in the race. Fast early speed and a chance to be able to try and lead throughout. As I said, getting back to Anthony Butt, did speak to him this morning, and look, he's very happy with the horse, and from barrier 1 he has plenty of options.
This race is being run Saturday night in Woodbine. It's coming up to, I believe, 9:42 p.m. in Canada, so this is a Saturday night program that's coming in live from Woodbine. Sam, why did they take him over there, Lyell Creek? Was it to chase the big dollars? I mean, I see this race today is worth 838,000 Canadian, so what, about $1 million Australian?
Million Australian, about 1.3 million New Zealand dollars, and that's the reason he's gone over there, for the money. He was always going to go prior to the Inter-Dominion. They were at least thinking about staying for this year's Inter-Dominion when he was allotted a 55-metre handicap. That was the final decision made for them, I guess, and he went to Europe and then to America. He's just can't. His capacity to earn is just so great overseas, and as you say, it hasn't been what you would call perfect for him so far. He hasn't been able to win a feature race, and in fact he's just been able to pick up checks along the way. However, if he wins today, well, it's all worthwhile, because you've got a $1.3 million New Zealand race.
Well, it's been pretty much a world tour. Didn't they take him to Sweden first? And I think he ran a good race at either his first or second start in Sweden.
Well, he actually won first up over there. It was just a basic event, and then he went into the elite lop and failed to make the final. But he's been competitive, and he's been getting rave reviews wherever he's gone, especially in North America.
Okay, well, let's again pick up these pictures coming in live from Canada and just check out what they're betting on over there. Horses 3 and 6, Sam, are the ones that are most in commission.
They were the 2 heat winners from last week, as we mentioned. Fool's Goal, number 3, last week ran 154.4 to win his runoff of the Maple Leaf Trotting Classic. Plesac, who beat Lyell Creek, went 153.8. So interesting to note now, they're equal favourites. In the morning line sent out this morning, Fool's Goal was marginally the favourite ahead of Plesac.
I can just see him in there behind those figures, Lyell Creek and Tony Butt. He's travelled well. That's one thing they've had on their side. Good luck in terms of, I mean, it's not easy to take horses around the world, and when you consider the miles that he's clocked up, he hasn't really had any problems, has he?
Not really. I think he had a little bit of trouble when he first went to Europe. He did lose a little bit of condition over there, but since he's been in North America, everything has been okay. He did, of course, have the problem 2 starts ago where he actually bled. He now races on the anti-bleeding drug in North America known as Lasix. Let's elope from the galloping perspective. That's when she went to America for that sort of particular reason, so they could treat her with the Lasix, and she was able to continue her racing career. That's not why he originally went there, but it's been a little bonus along the way with him having a bleeding attack 2 starts ago. All
right, we're about 60 seconds away from the official start time of the race. Will he come back and race in Australia or New Zealand, Sam?
Unlikely now that he has bled.
Okay.
I think that the likelihood of him coming back was pretty small beforehand. You'd have to think now next to 0. It'd be lovely to see him back here one more time, but he'll go for a spell. Lyell pretty shortly. He's got a big race in Montreal coming up, which he will go into. After that, he might get a rest, and really it'll be just the same as what he's done this year, back to Europe and chase the riches.
And I suppose if they did bring him back to this part of the world for, say, the Inter-Dominion or the trotting championship, he'd be handicapped out of it.
He would be handicapped out of any standing start races, no doubt about that.
Okay. Now, he, of course, is owned by a very colourful owner, Graham Bruton from New Zealand. Did he make it across to be trackside tonight, Sam?
I don't think he's there tonight. I might be wrong. I'm not 100% sure. He has been at a lot of his races, but I'm actually, I think he's at home in New Zealand.
Would he have found somewhere to get a bet on, do you think?
They are betting on it in New Zealand, so he might have had to bet overseas. I think in New Zealand he might be a bit short.
Okay. Well, they should be calling them up fairly soon. I think we are in a position where we can link up with the coverage coming in from Canada. So good luck to Lyell Creek and his connections, and let's head across to Canada.
Vacation from the outside. It's post time for Woodbine's 6th race. They're all on the gate, 10 in motion for the 50th Maple Leaf Trot Final, and they're off and trotting. Corn Cob Conk. Plesac is leaving a little bit. Down tighter to the inside comes Long Shot Aero Postal, and Lyell Creek is going to track out into the top 4. Dr. Ronarail is 5th on the outside. Dream Vacation leaving some from 6th. Fool's Goal is going to be 7th away. Corvette Hanover is 8th on the outside. Monty Hall is 9th. Ship's Pinnacle was 10th. Corn Cob Conk is first to the lead. Lyell Creek tracking along in 2nd. Plesac is up on the outside 3rd and being floated out of there. Aero Postal is on the inside from 4th, and Dream Vacation held 5th on the outside. Fool's Goal is off stride in the first turn. Fool's Goal went on a break. The quarter was trotted in 26 and 1/5. Lyell Creek emerging with a first turn lead as Tony Butt sent him on through. Corn Cob Conk settled back in 2nd. Plesac is out parked almost all the way to the half, and Doug Brown is urging him on to try to clear. Dream Vacation and Campbell on the outside, but Overland all the way from 4th. Aero Postal at the inside 5th. Dr. Ronarail is Overland from 6th, but covered well back in 7th from Monty Hall, then Corvette Hanover and Ship's Pinnacle, and out of it early was Fool's Goal. They made the half in 55 and 4, and Plesac finally makes the lead. Just over 3/8 of the mile to go. Lyell Creek taking the trip onto the final turn now 2nd. Corn Cob Conk not far off from 3rd. Dream Vacation showing the strain of the parked out trip from 4th. Dr. Ronarail is 5th. Aero Postal is 6th. Corvette Hanover is 7th. Monty Hall is 8th. Ship's Pinnacle is 9th, and out of it early was Fool's Goal, and Doug Brown may be wanting to freeze this moment in time. He's got a big lead with Plesac into the stretch, off 3/4 in 1:24, and Plesac through the lane. Legendary Canadian driver Doug Brown is going to score the victory in the 50th Maple Leaf Trotting Classic Final. A moment for all time for Doug Brown, winning the 2001 50th Maple Leaf Trot. Plesac defeated Dr. Ronarail and Dream Vacation in 1:53 and 2.
All right, that's the commentary, and Plesac taking it out in 1:53.2. Well, a pretty well-credentialed horse, Sam. He's been racing well.
He certainly has. He won the heat last week. Lyell Creek, obviously something severely wrong there. He did have to go through the first quarter in 26.1, which is that's Learjet material, but the way he dropped out, obviously a major problem there. We'll have to chase that up.
Yeah, he wasn't the best to begin, even though he had gate 1, but he did kick up and race in a handy position.
Yeah, they sort of came out in a line, and he was able to punch through and just hold the lead. As I said, in 26.1, Plesac, very strong win, just kept trotting away from them. And when Fool's Goal broke out the back, well, the opposition was reduced markedly, and there we go, Plesac to the line in 1:53 and 2/5, or 1:53.4 in Australian language.
Yeah, and what about that time? I mean, is Lyell Creek capable of doing that?
He ran 2nd to Plesac last week, was only just beaten maybe half a length, and Plesac's time was 1:53.8, so certainly the time not a problem there, and his run was equally as good as Plesac's last week, so that just gives you a line on just how poorly Lyell Creek has gone in comparison to that run last week.
So what do we make of Lyell Creek? Is it possible that, this long campaign and all of this travelling is perhaps taking its toll?
As I said, Matty, I think that tonight's run would have to be too bad to be true. So we'll have to chase up exactly what's happened. But surely, mentally and physically, yes, there are some pitfalls there for the horse, and he's obviously feeling the effects of that. He may have, bled again. Who knows? It's a possibility.
All right. Well, Plesac the winner, and I suppose for punters over there in Canada, no real surprise.
No, not at all. And he was pretty heavily supported, as we saw early on when that market first came through. The pitches first came through. He was 9-2, ended up running about 9-5, which is what does that work out to be? About $3.20 in our language, I guess.
All right, Sam. Well, I think that just about concludes the coverage from Canada. Lyell Creek finishing out of a place in the Maple Leaf Trotting Classic. I guess we'll be tuning in to end the gig, and we might even have some news before then.
Yeah, I'll certainly try and get back on the phone to Anthony Butt and find out exactly what went wrong.
Excellent. Thanks for joining us.
Okay, thanks, Matty.
Yes, Lyell Creek, a bit of a shame, and as I say, we'll bring you up to date if there's any news throughout the day as to his failure there in Canada. We'll take a short break, and we'll be back with more on Sky Racing after